Hello, Mr. Grizzle. This is John from Atlas Traps, and trying to figure out what's going on with your ATA base. They said they've sent you another interrupter, and the same thing's happening. So that's leading me to think that there's something going on with one of these wire leads going to the interrupter. So the first ones here are power, and then our main ground that goes to our interrupter. So we need to check to make sure that these have the proper voltage going through it. So it should be 12 volts going through this because we're just picking off the circuit breaker down here, and with this one red lead that goes via this connector into the interrupter. So what I'm going to do is I have this box hooked up to power, which you would hook your trap up to power, and you want to stay safe, be behind the machine when you have this open. So you will need a multimeter to check voltage. So we need to check to see if we've got 12 volts going to this interrupter. Another thing you can do is pull on these connectors, just kind of give them a tug, make sure that they're crimped good, because if it comes loose, then that's probably the problem. One of the crimps didn't get crimped correctly. So I'm just checking these right now. So all those crimps seem good on here. There's one more right here where this is going in, so pulling on that, checking it. All those crimps seem good, so now I'm just going to go through and unplug this red one. This is the positive lead to give the module ground. So I'm going to test this right here. And so to check it, I'm just basically going to take my multimeter, I'm going to stick it inside here and touch that little tang, and then I am going to take the ground, and then I'm going to touch the ground bus right here, and then look at my multimeter over there, and we're showing 12 volts. So getting 12 volts to that. This right here is our main ground bundle, so all our grounds tie in right here under that relay. So that's showing you good ground, and then hook this back up, and then the other one, this is just as long as it's going and connecting into there, we don't really need to check it. Just as long as you're pulling on that and nothing comes loose, that's going to be your ground going to that. This next one that I'll have you check is this guy right here. This is our signal wire. So the trap relay, when your trap fires, it sends positive 12 volts through this to the delay timer, and when that happens, that tells the delay timer to send ground to this relay right here. So I'm just going to unplug this one. And then I'm going to check the same thing. I'm just going to stick my positive in there. And then I'm going to put my ground right there to the bundle. And this is where you'll need probably somebody to help you, because you're going to need somebody to press down on the trap firing to get this relay, the trap relay, to fire, because the trap relay needs to fire so you can see the signal. So I'm going to put this in here, and then Mike's going to press that down for me to fire the trap. And so I'm getting signal whenever he pushes the trap down to fire it. So that's telling me the crimp in here is good going into there, and then giving you this module positive power to give it the signal to get to this point here. So this white wire right here, this is what it sends a ground signal into this part of the relay, and it's sending a ground signal to it. And so whenever a good way to kind of see if this whole connection right here is working is if you're pushing down on this on the toggle and it's grounding that relay, then everything from here into here should be working to ground that relay. And this line right here, one way you could test it, I believe, is if you get a jumper I have a little wire jumper here, so I'm going to hook on to this, and then I'm going to touch the ground with this, and it should click this relay. Yep, so that's telling me this line into here is good as well. So let's try those things. It's got to be one of these lines is got a faulty crimp on it, is what I'm guessing, because they're very basic and simple on how these work. So basically, to me, this is either not getting power to it, or it is not able to receive a signal from the trap relay to telling it to give it ground. Like I said, we test everything here before it goes out, so that's why it's confusing in a sense of why it didn't work when you got it. And then the only thing I can think of is maybe in shipping, something was shaking around and it disconnected that weak crimp if there's one of those in there. So another one to check down here as well. Your main power going in, pull on that, make sure that doesn't come out. So let's go from there and let us know. Thank you.